And the minister with the is still sleeping. She's still, I don't know what's happening. That's not a point of order. Take it. No, no, no. The minister is sleeping. You can't say that's not a point of order. No, Josie, I'm telling you, people sleeping now. Josie,
This station ruled the nation. True FM 96.1, heart and soul of Liberia.
Oh, yes. This morning, I'd like to say good morning. This is the TBS, the Truth Breakfast Show, the Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Thank God for the gift of life. Oh, yes. Thank God for the gift of life. Good morning, folks. Great to be back on a Monday. It's raining cats and dogs. We would like to say good morning. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show. Popular across the 15 counties. It's wet. Wet Monday. If you're driving, drive with care. The roads are all wet. Oh, yeah. Those lions are termed the king of the jungle because of the superiority over those in the jungle. The jungle can sometimes be bullied or killed by one species of animal. River G easily defends itself from a lion and even a group of lions. River G has an immunity state that can crush a lion with a bite. River G football team is very strong and fast to attack like a lion. After 90 minutes, what happened? After 90 minutes of play, River G County went to extra time and ended the match with a penalty, at which later River G football team, with support from Ga, gave the boys a powerful kicks that damaged the bones of the Lions of Lofa. We didn't kill him. We didn't harm him. Anyway, it's a good one. Bobby Addison, thank you so much. Good morning, folks. This is the TBS. The love of liberty matters here. Let justice be done to all. You don't know it all, how we wake up in the morning, how making our way coming through back and forth. Let's hope we have a great time. My name is O'Neil Maka right here. Again, we have to do the regular job we always doing. Maka, good morning to you.
Good morning, Oniu. Good morning to our followers this morning. It's great for us to be here. This is the post content meet presentation.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, and thanks to all of our people who participated in these events. I mean, it was great. I think the momentum, even though the publicity was not done, but the Liberian people that love for country, love for sports, led to the SKD. You could see the capacity, the stadium was filled to capacity yesterday, and a lot of people have just that the people far, ended up crying. That's all.
Yeah.
The likes of Big Brother Patrick Honor, my man Kobazi, and all these people were just crying all over the place. But that's it. And like I told them, they have to change that song, The Lion in the Town. They have to change it. The lion they brought this year was not a lion we know. So they brought one KK lion, malnourished lion
Oh.
in town. That common leopard could just tear apart.
The leopard too was so
So I
strong.
don't know whether the leopard is now the king of the jungle.
Yeah.
But I think it was a great football match, an even match, because I think both teams had great players. The talent was so great. But like I said in an interview during our match, our defeat against Lopa, I mean Nimbana, our defeat against Lofa, I mentioned something during a interview with, I think, exclusive online TV.
You said it was a final already?
Yeah, I said that. No, I didn't say so. I said Lofa was going to face a very huge tax, because in my opinion, River G was the best playing team in a tournament this year. So Lofa was going to face a very huge battle. They should not see River G as an underdog. They should get prepared. Other than that, they will get defeated. And absolutely, I think they were very complacent with when the lion in the town, German Shepherd dog, and Tendo Bobo. That what they were thinking on, but what they were going against was not a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
They were going against a water leopard.
It was wrong too. And let me say this before we do our lineup. Those of you who saw at the Summer Kayan Sports Complex, your love for sports should not be only about content meet. That's most of the time. You see people who don't even go to a football game only for the content meet. Your love for the game should continue. Going down to our grass football, our field mill football, your love for sports should not only be about the content. All of our sporting, our lawmakers, those of you in the higher hierarchy, your love for sports should not be restricted only to the content. When the content we will see you identifying. We know it's love for content, but let it extend. Let me show kudos to this referee, Emmanuel Menza. I saw this guy coming up, growing in a game. He started from the Tusa Field Bell. Those of you who know Emmanuel Menza. He started from our hometown Tusa Field, Bannersville F State. He one point in time show a red card to Joshua. yeah. There was some high appeal anyway, but I mean he handled the final in a very good manner. Congratulations, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for having a wonderful. But my little bit disappointment, we expect now a team for the Ministry of Youth and Sports to even sit on major plat. Now the content meet is over. We need a burning of the ministry to continue. Youth and sports. Anyway, yes. Good morning again, Marka. How you doing this morning?
Yes, good morning. We are great, and thanks to our people again. Peace and unity, reconciliation should be the hallmark. We've come a long way. Liberia has now become a shining example of democracy in Africa. A lot of people thought that Liberia, being in Africa, especially West Africa, where most of the governments now they were coup and all of that during our elections, people were looking up to us, and then we made a brilliant decision as Mancho people, showing to be actually the first democratic republic on the continent, and went through our election peacefully. Our former president conceded defeat and said congratulations to the winner, and we moved. Since then, he has been his quiet private life, and things are just moving on smoothly. why people who took over the mantle of authority now have the challenge to prove that they can do the best, or they can do better than those they took from there. Yeah. So I mean, Liberia is a great country. I think we should be proud of our country,
Yeah.
and our government should be able to do the needful to ensure that the people are happy. The needs of the people should be the primary concern of the administration. So yes, we are here this morning again to serve you breakfast. Good morning to our wonderful people who are following. David Koti, a special good morning. I didn't see you.
They disturbing throughout the week.
Oh really?
Yes. I'm having some quiet time playing soccer and other thing. They will just keep calling on video. I know we should have made how to call video. What's a video call?
And he just learned that recently.
Just recently, and I did 101 session with him. He just called him back and forth. So is that the lion didn't cross the river in time, so the river had to carry them. Big brother Abraham Shaw of this one. Baza acted unprofessional and was fined hugely by the LFA. The youth and sports and some of their official ban for 2 years. They walk out of the page.
They we didn't make it.
Eh?
They didn't make it at all.
Yeah, no, but at least it's okay, man. I've been winning the thing.
Kick boy and all. River
says took the keyboard too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
So how much for?
It's Eastern people.
Okay, the kick boy is 50,000 for the winner.
Yes. So that's that.
Get it mark quickly. The winner for kick boy is 50,000. For the football third place,
that's the third place you just go.
Yes, 50,000. No, for kickball.
Yes.
Then 500,000 for the football. Then 1 million. Like
so somebody was trying to justify.
Is that enough?
So I really don't want to comment too much on the very win the prize for winning, because somebody was telling me that the 50,000 that we saw on the or the symbolic 50,000 that was given to the tennis for kickball is winner's own contribution to the winner. Okay. So maybe there will still be. So I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, so that they can come back and tell exactly what was it. Because I did a post. I think you saw that post.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did, to tell me, because I saw. So they want to see what my album I was talking about. You can't tell me that the football third place winner prize is 500,000, which is $500,000 Liberian dollars.
Yeah.
Then I'm seeing on the same symbolic check. You giving kickball 50,000.
No,
what
it's not possible. So let's give the youth and sports the benefit of the doubt. The Ministry of Youth and Sport gave us a report from day one up to the final how much they generated from gate intake. You know, we're talking about transparency, right? No business as usual. If the past administration have not been doing so, you've been supposed to tell us from day one to the end of the tournament how much they generated for just from gate intake. Two, you've been supposed to also tell us all of the sponsors. I mean, we'll see this everywhere in the world. How much they got for all of the sponsors. Yes, they will display it, and Liberian people will know that. Yes, this Ministry of Youth and Sport, this current administration means business. Yes, then in terms of how to spend, the medals and all of things, just do it for transparency's sake. No business as usual. No business. Yes.
So let's bring the line up.
Yes, let's see what we have this morning. Yes.
So let's bring you.
Those of you who are here giving out to team, they counted me over 1 year business. You play identify with local teams, man. Domestic football. You identify with teams. Don't just wait for content media alone. Yes, let's see what we have this morning.
Yeah, so coming up shortly, we'll take the health tips with David Koti this morning on the TBS. And following the health tips, we'll bring you the review of the local dailies. Thank God, the Honorable Editor-in-Chief of Daily Observer, William Hammer, woke up early today.
It's a special up?
Yeah, the minutes up today. So in our studio chat this morning, again, we'll throw light on the county meet that we've been doing. Foreign mission staff are still appealing for their 4-month salary. Damn it. It's an indifferent man.
Indifferent.
Yeah. Okay, so coming up at 8:30 to 9:30 this morning, we'll have UC Liberia Civil Society Health Coalition. Our guest this morning will have Ernest Chodopre. Again, at UNEPO, we'll have Leo Tier and Josie Mator of RD. So these people will be here this morning. They'll be talking about recognizing the legislature and the government for increasing the health budget that includes funding for last mile distribution of donated medications, coalition members advocated for 150,000 for the distribution of donated meds among other health matters in the budget. So they will be here for us to talk more about that. 9:15 will bring you sports, commercials, entertainment, regularly brought to you by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. And at 9:20 to 10 o'clock this morning, exclusive feature of Asilometer, the bad living condition of our people in Nimba County, workers and residents in the construction area. And we'll be talking about that this morning. And we'll give you the opportunity to weigh in. If you are there in Nimba and know firsthand what is happening there, you have the opportunity to call and tell us as well. Because this is week 3 of this thing. We want to see we cannot have a $1.6 billion concession that is about to expand to $3 billion, and then we still have our people living in prefab makeshift things and the environment where the minerals are being extracted, no rules, no electricity, no water supply for our people. I think this is not justice to the people. We'll talk about it exclusively this morning, 9:20 to 10 o'clock, in the midst of all country first.
Yes, beautiful lineup in the midst of all country first. Let's bring you health tip with Davis Ernest Abbas reactionary Koti. Yes, David Koti with our health tip coming up. This is the best job he's enjoying. And by the end of May, we'll be saying goodbye to David Koti tenant position. Yes, good morning to you. Welcome to a brand new week.
Thank you very much, and good morning to the ambassador, Davis.
Good morning.
Okay, thank you. HIV is our topic today, and it stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus, a very dangerous disease. It is a silent destroyer because it can be asymptomatic for many years. And that big word means no symptom. You don't do anything. Like to say you feel feverish or your head aching. No symptom. So for many years, it can be asymptomatic. But the worst thing about it, while it is asymptomatic, it can also be multiplying. That virus will be multiplying and destroying your immune system. Oh yeah, it's very dangerous. So if you know what I know, I'm asking you today, men, women, everybody, please go to the hospital and do your test for HIV. If you don't do it, up to 8 to 10 years, it can turn into AIDS, AIDS. So HIV and AIDS there's a slight difference somewhere there. If you don't treat HIV, it can turn into AIDS after 8 to 10 years. Then that would be very bad. How does it spread? It spreads through unprotected sex. So those of you who like woman business plenty, I will advise you, please.
Yes, sir.
Go and check. Don't give me hand. So those of you who like woman business and you can have sex with all using protection, go and check yourself for HIV. Don't be afraid. Somebody told me about 10 years ago when I went to do my test for the first time, they met somebody at the JFK. I said, I can't do my test for HIV. He said, hey, they think I'm a whole scared. I ain't even know. I can be scared to even know I got it. My friend, go and check yourself. How do you get it? It comes from sex. That's number one. Number two, it comes from an infected mother to a born child. To a child during birth. For example, never pay for Wi-Fi again. If you have HIV and you born a baby, you will give that baby HIV. It can also be done through breastfeeding. So mothers, you need to check yourself. While you are pregnant or before you get pregnant, check yourself. Or else, wait, man. Oh. I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, man. Okay.
Why is it a detention position coming? Man, hold now, you gotta go out. Go ahead.
Okay. You can get it through breastfeeding, the sharing of infected needles. Those of you who like tattoos, be careful what kind of needle they use on you. It must be a brand new needle. And you, the women who like to do the eyelid thing, make sure you don't let somebody use it on somebody and use it on you. And razor blade, you can get it through razor blade. This is why when I go to any cover shop, I like to carry my own little blade. That become my own asabu. You gotta clean it very low. So I have to carry my own razor blade. I don't let people use that on me. Okay. Now, some of the signs that you need to watch out for, I didn't say symptoms, now signs. There's a difference between symptom and sign. Symptom is what you feel. For example, if you feel fever, you feel hot, you feel warm, it could be typhoid, it could be malaria. But signs are what you see. Now, the signs that you should observe to know that you are on your way to HIV are night sweats, sweating so much in the night, chronic diarrhea, persistent fatigue, weight loss, rash on your skin, mouth ulcer, and sore throat. Those are signs, things that you can see on your body to know that something is wrong somewhere. Note, these signs are not exclusive to HIV. In other words, there can be signs for other diseases also. So anytime you see this, so the best thing to do is to do a test. Those signs could be for HIV, it could be for something else. Remember this. Make it your business to know your status, to know the status of your eye always. Your eyes are very important to you. Make it your business. Go to the once every 2 or 3 months, just check your eye and see what the status is. It is important because you can get blind as a result of several factors. Number one, diabetes can make you blind. Those of you who are already diabetic and you're not controlling your blood sugar, you are in trouble. It can make you blind. So it's one of those things that can make you blind. Number two, AIDS can make you blind also. I just talked about AIDS. If you don't take an HIV and treat it, it can turn into AIDS after 8 to 10 years. And AIDS will make you blind. Number three, glaucoma can make you blind. And when glaucoma makes you blind, it is irreversible because the optic nerve that connects the eye to the brain to make you see will be destroyed. Glaucoma can destroy the optic nerve in the back of the eye. That is what is connected to the brain to make you see. So, glaucoma, we'll check. The last thing I want to talk about is cataract. Cataract can also make you blind. It's the clouding of the lens in the eye. I have done 2 operations. Don't be afraid. Nobody's going to take up your eye to operate on it. You lie down right there. They do it for you in 20 minutes. The longest, 20 minutes. More than your back at the JFK. Go there. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you.
So much disturbance from you this morning, David.
Yeah. Let me just bring my back. See,
Yeah.
I'm asking for a particular restaurant here to go have a food.
That's why you have to leave this
money like
position,
that.
man.
Some money.
Some money for a fish. You slept on dryer?
No, I didn't do it. Nobody should find the best way. Let me tell you something. The only reason why it happened is because of Jonathan Secretary.
Okay.
He called me and begged me to talk to Lupa.
Yeah.
And I agreed because when I was vice president for IE, this guy helped us a whole lot.
Okay.
Only IE former player who ever supported IE.
David, little thing, be thinking about your tenure position. Almost the month will soon come to an end.
The ECOWAS, George will be here in Liberia for a visit. He's visiting the Supreme Court this weekend. Yes. He's coming to Liberia to visit the Supreme Court. We're on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Very earnest quote with our health tip. Let's see what's making news from the print media coming up. Share on the Truth Breakfast Show this morning. So let's bring you the repeat of the local dealers what's making news from the print media this morning, this Monday, wet Monday morning, May 6, 2024, the front page of the Inquirer newspaper, the front page, yes, Liberia needs efforts on human trafficking regionally, says U.S. Ambassador official. Well, I'm seeing U.S. Ambassador official Joanne D. Martinez is captured here on the front page of the Inquirer. Says Liberia needs efforts on human trafficking. Still on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper, INACR alarms over in grave human rights violations of sub-lease story here. Government EU breaks grounds for the €2 million electricity project. Is a good news here for Liberia. Let's go to the back page. What the back page have? The back page are from the Inquirer ECOWAS consolidates on cross-border cooperation, launches national platforms in Liberia, and that of Sierra Leone is on the back page. Still on the back page, carry is deplorable. Ministers Nintua discloses well. Ends the review from the newspaper. Thanks for winning, Sewa Jimin.
And let's go for the Daily Observer newspaper. On the front page of the Daily Observer, Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Monrovia gets new Archbishop. The chief consecrator urges Archbishop Jube to look after poor and needy. Where the photograph of the bishop is on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Government of Liberia, EU break ground for $42 million electrification project as Buchanan, Greenville, and Bagleyville cities poised to get lights. That's good news. And lawless lawyers, a question mark. Wow.
Lawless what?
Lawless lawyers, that's a
Wow.
question mark. Police restore calm as disgruntled lawyers disrupt law day ceremony in Painesville. Wow.
What? You said what? There was a disruption?
This is what the Observer is reporting.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so we hope to get more. Injuries plague, Biochicos unsafe working environment injuries. Wow. Grab a copy of this Daily Observer newspaper today edition and read detail of these stories. But I'm interested in this Biochico story about injuries. I don't know what's happening.
Bauchico is located where?
They're talking about unsafe Biochico. Biochico. Is it in
Bauchico.
Bon County? A part of, I think Biochico is
Or
somewhere.
Babalu?
Yes, I think so. Yes,
Okay.
I think so. Either Bong or Bapolo, yes. Biochico. So they're talking about injuries and they're talking about unsafe working environment. So that means maybe some workers have sustained some form of injuries. Let's go to the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Careless leadership plunges Batuans in abject poverty, leaves the county underdeveloped. Eminent son says that who is this eminent son of Basso talking? Mr. Winston Dixon is captured on the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper, and that's the story on the back page, just single story on the back page.
Okay. Yes, let's move on to the Independence. Sam Odim is the managing editor. The front page from the Independent newspaper, 22 years of critical investigative reporting. Yes, Monday, May 6th, for issuing Executive Order 131, U.S. Chairs Buckeye. Wow. The United States government chairs Joseph Boyka vows full support for Royal Crimes Code. Joe Biden, U.S. president's been captured on the front page of the Independent. Let's go to the back page. What the back page have? The back page of the Independent newspaper against several lawyers. Chief Justice threatens fine. Well, of course, Hohonan, Sienna Yo is captured on the back page, threatens fines. Well, you need to grab a copy and read the rest of the story. I feel so sorry for Joseph Boycott who is saying this. This is Dr. Jeremiah Wapo. Says too much power struggle around the president. Well, Dr. Wapo, very brilliant man, is captured on the back page from the Independent. I feel so sorry for Joseph Boyka, former presidential candidate Dr. Jeremiah Wapo. Still on the back page, Boyka replies critics, showcases 100 days. Well, ends the review from the Independent newspaper. Thanks to Sam Odin.
Yes, let's go to the GNN News Liberia. That's Chittlebrooks paper. The lead story on the front page. We found keys near the flower pot. Intruders at Justice Cause residence tell police. Two young men are here in handcuff. They have been quoted as saying we found keys near the flower pot. Intruders at Justice Cause residence tell police. That's a lead story on the front page of GNN Liberia. Another sub-lead story. U.S. Congressman Chris Smith reacts to President Boakai's executive order. The photograph of the lawmaker is captured on the front page of GNN Liberia. CDC Chief Scribe congratulates President Boakai for executive order number 131 signature. Jefferson Koji is also on the front page of the GNN Liberia. Ex-President Weah craves for Kung Fu Award. Oh,
Kung Fu and what? Is that a reason
so
why he in Carrasco?
yeah, I'm saying sure.
Children don't kill us, man.
Yeah, so let's go to the back page of the GNN Liberia. Chief Justice CNNG Yor warns judges and magistrates. The Chief Justice is captured on the back page of the newspaper. In another story, a Catholic Church gets new Archbishop is another story on the back page of the GNN newspaper. And finally, harsh conditions at Buchanan Government Hospital forces 6-year-old kid to hampers doctors' professions. Well, so if you grab a copy of this paper for $40 Liberian dollars, you'll read details of these stories.
Let's move on to our last stop this morning for my end. The New Republic. I got a good news on the back page of the New Republic newspaper. Let's go to the front page, volume 14, number 79. The front page of the New Republic newspaper. They deserve the same. Who is saying this? They deserve the same. War victims speak out. One perpetrators face the war and economic crimes code. Joseph Boyka has been captured here signing the War Crimes Code document. And of course, I'm seeing flashback photos from victims of the Liberian civil crisis. Yes, it's on the front page of the New Republic. Still on the New Republic, new hospital project begins in Buchanan, Grand Bassa County. Mr. Sublist story, you can grab a copy and read the rest of this story. Boyka flies to America. Yes, he arrived in Dallas on Saturday. Let's go to the back page. I told you I have a good news. The good news on the back page. Very good news on the back page for Liberians. Over 2,000 Liberians wins DV. Huh?
Really?
You trade there? Yes, over 2,000 Liberians win DV 2025. Well, you know, start and checking out. 2,000 Liberians win. The last time we had Guinea, Sierra Leone tapping for the last 3 to 4 years. So over 2,000 Liberians win 2025 DV. That is the diversity visa. Yes, you can go and check it out for yourself. It's on the back page from the New Republic newspaper. Who have betrayed our funders? Who is saying that this is PUL acting boss. Say this out to colleagues. So lastly, on the back page from the New Republic, again, over 2,000 Liberians win DV. Yes, and the review
so
for my
finally,
end. Alfonso 12, thank you there.
Yeah, the Women Voices newspaper. The lead story: Boyka gets 8 on gender scorecard after 100 days in office.
Okay.
Wow. They want that for appointment nomination.
Yeah, female.
Yeah. Yes, the president is captured with photographs of several women on the front page of the Women Voices newspaper. The sub-lead story: new drug enters Liberia. LDA reports. I they got a new one. Let me see.
New drugs?
Yo, new drug.
Okay.
Enter Liberia.
Okay.
It's
where you pass through the RIA or the Buddha?
I don't know. So I can't even lay my hands on the name of that new. It says zombie drug.
Not Kush again.
It has some kind of name. It say Madifemia or zombie drug. Okay.
Okay.
Just get a copy of the paper for $40. That's the Women Voices newspaper. You can read details of that. Thanks to Helena Samim for sending in the paper this morning. That's it.
Yes, that's it. So the DA should tell us where the drugs pass from, whether it's from the border or from the airport. The last time we saw a huge quantity coming through the Rabat International Airport.
That means the new one is different from
the Kush.
So it's not Kush, it's not cocaine, it's not heroin.
They want to go
It's not our normal marijuana, it's not our normal opium. I haven't seen opium in Liberia.
Well, yeah, I've seen marijuana.
Yes, marijuana.
Yeah, so I've seen
people get marijuana from all across Liberia.
They can grow.
Yeah.
Okay. So where did it pass? The airport? The borderlines.
So if we want to know,
yeah, should not be giving this kind of story and just leave it like that. Yes, man. Yeah, no, the DA now, you know.
But they get the details now. The paper captured.
Okay, yeah, tell us. And besides that, the one that got the took seized up at the Rabat International Airport gave us a detail whether they are burning, destroyed, anything. So don't leave us hanging. Anyway, thank you so much.
Most of the time, the destruction or the
they're called the press.
They happen during World Drug Day. That's in June each year.
Was it keeping it until June?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
So now they do when there's when there are major ones like the way the 100 million issue happened here. Yes, they did that. They destroyed that one immediately. But all these little ones that have been confiscated and all of that, they are normally destroyed during World Drug Day.
Great. Yes, this is the TBS. We yet to see our guests coming through this morning. So let's go on. This issue of our foreign service is just that we have. Let me say good morning to the acting head of state. Yes, I'm sending this call directly to the acting head of state because President Joseph Boakai is our country for 16 days. So, Minister Sylvester Grisby, I'm sending this call to you directly this morning. Liberians who are serving on a foreign mission, they are all stranded, and it's a very sad thing to have your diplomats appealing for their monthly pay. Good morning to you, Sylvester Grisby, Minister Sylvester Grisby, acting head of state. Is that the foreign minister is out of the country along with the president, but these people have gone on foreign mission to serve their country. I don't want to say because of political reason, but if there's a political reason, if they recall, they should be paid because they are Liberians. All right. Some of them are stranded. I'm just going to call the countries, these 13 countries that have not been captured: the United States, the United Kingdom, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Cameroon, and Morocco. So I'm appealing to the Minister of State. These are Liberians who went to diplomatic, but you can work in another country because you're a diplomat. So I want to appeal to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. If this today or tomorrow will be my last time talking about this, but it's a very simple thing. If we have international wire running with this kind of information on our country, it's not a good thing for the image outside there. If they'll be recalled, fine, but pay them off. I mean, yeah, I guess it in there. Yes, and while we'll make adjustment with our guests to come in shortly again at 9:15 this morning or 9:30 that is. We'll have an exclusive feature with Accident Mental. A lot of things happening there in Yekepa. Yekepa, as President Joseph Boakai visited not B Mountain, but Western Cluster, you could hear in the president's voice, he sounded so angry that this concession company, we don't know whether Western Cluster is still operating despite the president had visited it. Because Liberia, you can pass through today, the next day operation still continue.
Sure.
So we want to call on the rightful authority. The president have passed through that Western Cluster should be shut down. By operation. They're even living up to whatsoever agreement they are signed. And our roads are all in danger. The road, the plot, the bridges. Our next attention at 9:30 this morning is at Asylum Metal. Trust me. Yes, I think we can take 2 or 3 calls.
Yeah, 0770202579.
Yes, yeah. Let it level up. 0777-285-961. Then SOS call for Sir Johnson. Those of you who have the number, please help and save this man's life. Yes.
Good morning. Good morning.
Western Cluster say all in higher O. Okay.
Okay. Again, you can place your own call. 0777-285-961. 0777-285-961 is
I'm looking for President Joseph Boakai. where he spoke right on the same. So we'll bring our guests on at 8:30 this morning.
Okay. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Our secretary general, but because in our constitution, when you are under more than 6 months, you support government. So if there's a need to replace you. So I mean, the step that the secretary the chairman it was necessary, and we support it with the majority plan. Thank you.
Is there a decision of the executive committee?
Yesterday, our party put up. He did very well. Because
I mean, your whole party is a diplomatic party. What? Oh, your party is on diplomatic mission?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn it.
Thank you. Let me just announce that shortly will bring on
just make me like your party is diplomatic.
the diplomatic party.
Yeah. What?
I will bring on the USA Liberia Civil Society Health Coalition. Will come on at 8:30 in 5 minutes from now.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see who can get. I'm looking for the audio from the president when he visited Western. Go ahead. Okay, I got it.
Okay, let's hear you something. Councilor Mita? Okay.
Okay. So we have videos, we have pictures, we'll be streaming live on the Facebook. So don't worry about that.
Yeah. Give you the opportunity.
You can call back. You can call back. Yeah, call back. Yeah. So okay. I just want you to listen up to as we close up this morning. You're gonna have the president going through, and up to now I'm hearing that Western Cluster is still carrying on operation. So what happened with the rest of this company? Here's President Joseph Boyka at Western Cluster side.
For Western Cluster this morning, incidentally. And I told you we're going to close them down. Minister, let me tell you, we don't close Western Cluster down, we'll use the bridges. We'll lose those bridges and it will be disastrous for this country. We're not going to sit here because the number of vehicles moving on our road. And I went up the hill the last time. Western Cluster is not mining. They're just taking our resources.
I'll stop right there, man. Look at that. The president is staying, and the minister is right there, right? Public Work Minister, good morning to you. Gideon's right there. Hearing the information that is coming up from the mount. Your boss is telling you we have to shut them down. They are not mining. They are taking all what belongs to us.
Anyway. Damaging the roads, the bridges that they didn't build.
They didn't build. Yes. Anyway, let's see if we can link up with our guest, Shirley Marka. We'll take one more call. Let's bring one more call then. But 9:30 set back. Don't go away at 9:30 this morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning. Good.
So I would like to suggest to your office that I think everybody can Saturday as
okay, no. You're paying for the airtime? Hello?
Yeah.
You're paying for the airtime? David continue in position almost any anyway. You should be grateful to that.
Oh, so is there one opportunity to be asking David questions?
Question. Then you pay for the airtime. You know.
They help you just for 5 minutes to give it tip. And then David say that's why all of us have smartphone, or maybe we have our medical person. So when David brings some of these tips up, you either go to your phone and search it yourself and have some detailed information, or you ask a medical practitioner, or something like that, and get more information. Now just small time David to remind us about our health. That not something for us to take
Question
for you to
answer
question
period.
again.
If I had a maintaining position almost any. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for all of the callers. But 9:30 this morning, right after our first segment guest leaves, we'll continue with this ArcelorMittal and that of Western Cluster. It's very saddening for our country. Yes, so we have in studio this morning the team from USA Liberia Civil Society Health Coalition. Yes, Ernest Cholopre, Unepto, Leotier, and Dorisy Mator, all of us live in studio. Let's see if we can link up with them. And so, good morning, y'all. Welcome to the Truth Breakfast Show. How you doing this morning? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. We're excited to be here.
I'm not hearing a few minutes talking. Okay. Yeah, please let her. Let's start out with ladies and gentlemen. She's laughing there. Yes, good morning, ma. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Onu, and good morning to our wonderful listeners in Radio Line.
Okay. Just introduce which organization you represent.
Okay, my name is Josie Matotwazama. I work for the Efficient Research and Development Institute, that is ERDR for short.
Okay.
Okay, good morning, Oni and the people listening to the show.
So it says Onu and Marka, yeah.
Oh, Oni and
Yeah.
Marka, okay. Yeah, good morning. My name is Leo Itia. I'm the Executive Director, Youth Network for Positive Change.
Yes, and my name is Ernest Cholopre, and good morning to Oniu and Mecca. Let me just start that way. I'm Ernest Cholopre, and the project manager for Humanity Above Oneself Foundation.
Is this a collaboration with the both organizations? I understand she's from ERD and you from the coalition. Is that collaboration evolved into the health business? Any of you can come in.
Yes. So, under the USAID Civil Society Activities or USAID funded project that is being led by Development Alternative Initiative, which is DAI, an international organization. So we have a civil society health coalition that we are part of. We are 6 organizations that are part of this health coalition. So today we are just representing the coalition on this show. We are 3 members of the coalition that are representing the coalition on this show. So basically, the coalition is working towards monitoring USAID donated malaria mix that is donated to Liberia by the US government. So to just get rolling, I will just try to give you the background of this entire activity in the coalition itself. Then we'll get into the discussion where my colleagues will talk about, some of the challenges we've been encountering when it comes to the drugs monitoring, and some of the engagement we've done both at local and national level to highlight some of the successes we have, achieved so far. So USAID and other donors donate millions of life-saving drugs to Liberia, and those drugs include malaria, HIV, TB, and family planning related medications. But the U.S. government and the Global Fund, they donate these malaria medication to Liberia every year to be able to treat every man, woman, or child that come down with malaria. Any part of Liberia, they should have access to the medication. And the medication should be free. It should not be sold. But most patients have complained over the time that most often they are required to pay for this medication at public health facilities. So let's be straight. We are talking about public health facilities. So I want those listening to capture that. So someone can say, I want to my clinic on the side.
Public health, it's clear.
Yeah, and pay for medication. It's not under this activity. So the public health facilities. So also due to fraud within the supply chain management and mismanagement of donated medication commodities that has been given to Liberia for the people intended to use, which is the Liberian people, have caused series of issues relating to which we'll be discussing very soon. So, to be able to promote accountability and transparency around these drugs that are being donated by the donors to Liberia, that is why the U.S. civil society activity through the Health Coalition is monitoring the supply chain uh, management system for accountability and transparency in 6 counties. Those 6 counties include Mosurado, Grand Bassa, Mai Bon, and Nima County, no, and Nima and Lofa counties. So, for example, my institution, Youth Network for Positive Change, we are implementing in Mosurado and Bon, while other organizations also have their own counties of which they are monitoring. So, we begin the just monitoring in November of last year, specifically monitoring malaria commodities in around 120 health facilities across the 6 counties.
Okay.
So, the coalitions have encountered series of challenges during these monitoring activities that we have carried out. So we do two monitoring visits in every quarter
Okay.
because the medication is being donated per quarter to the public health facility by the Central Medical Store, which is CMS, that operates under the direct supervision of the supply chain unit or the Ministry of Health in general. So these meds are donated on a quarterly basis to the facility to be able to ensure that there is available malaria commodity at the facility. So now it's not just a tablet, we're talking about test kit. So like if you get to a public health facility, you should not be charged or you should not pay to get tested for malaria. And when you get tested for malaria, maybe you are positive, you should also have access to the medication free of charge.
Okay.
So whether it is injection, whether it is tablet, depending on the medical prescription, it should all be free of charge. Even if you require to receive a mosquito net, they should all be free of charge. So anything that has to do with malaria, from testing to treatment, should be free of charge in all public health facility as per this arrangement. So since we started the monitoring, I will turn over to my colleague Ernest, who will be able to detail some of the challenges that we've encountered since
The,
we,
the monitoring cut across all of the counties?
yeah, all of the 6 counties
Okay, the
that
six
are named,
counties.
yeah, the six
Okay.
counties.
Yes, Trinity, let's look at you through for the monitoring and evaluation so far.
Okay, so let me allow Josie to
Okay.
speak first.
Mhm.
This is our lady.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
the
contestant.
ERDI.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Okay, thank you so much. As part of the civil society activity health coalition, we have been working on monitoring of essential medicine, like my colleague rightly put it, most especially malarial medicine. And then when we started at first to do the monitoring at the different health facilities in the 6 counties, we realized that there were series of challenges faced by the supply chain management of those counties. And then we one of the first thing that we saw, like USAID has been doing every citizen to be able to use that medication. But then when it comes to central medicine distribution, it becomes a problem because at the county level there is no logistical support to be able to do the last mile distribution. So in our work as a coalition, we realized that the issue was one of the key challenges that the supply chain management was faced with. At the county depot before reaching to the last mile distribution. Going down to the facility, we also realized that the issue of record keeping was a problem because some health facilities did not have the requisite record keeping system that will really show that yes or from CMS, and these are the way we've been utilizing this medication that we have been receiving. So you cannot get the exact trace facility and how it has been utilized, who received them. And another thing was the storage facility was very being poorly managed. So you will see that the whole area in the storage area, you see that there are a lot of dust even on the medication, the papers and things that are there. And we also saw that um, lack of requisite policy, because some health workers were caught being sold selling
Mm.
these
Mhm.
to tuberculosis and other medicine. They were caught
Okay.
to be able to curtail that, to make other people to be afraid of these are the things that we saw as civil society organizations
Mhm.
working on the USAID civil society activities
Okay. So,
program.
you also cut across those six counties
It
too.
cut across the six counties.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Philippine was coming in.
Yeah, so this is Ernest Jollifer from Humanity Above Oneself Foundation. As Josie has outlined some of the challenges, one critical challenge that we identify is the supply of the medication, the lack of supply of medication to the last mile. When she say last mile, we simply trying to say to the facility level in the communities, and that have cause people that really need the medicine to not get it, because the medicine goes to the county, and from the CMS there's a distribution route where it sits at the county depot. Now, I went to do some assessment in Grand Bassa County, and while in Grand Bassa County, I realized that the medicine was not going to the facility because the county did not have the logistics, the transportation to take the medicine from the depot to distribute to the different health facilities. There was one time the officer in charge of one facility called Well Baby Clinic used, how to call it, in Keke to go and pick up medicine. And we thought this is a serious challenge. And so the Health Coalition in the past have been advocating with the government to ensure that medicine are distributed, to allocate funds for medication to be distributed at the last mile. If you remember in recent time when His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boakai gave his update on his 100 days deliverables, that word last mile, when I heard him speak
Yeah.
the word last mile, I say yes. Then I think we are at the stage now where you see that due to the robust advocacy spearheaded by the Liberal Civil Society Coalition to address the mismanagement and theft of donated medicine in the public health facility, we believe that the government, actually, and that pronouncement, I think, and the coalition think that the action is a strong indication that the government heard the voice of the Liberian people through the Liberian civil society, through the civil society coalition. And it also demonstrates the government's commitment to ensuring that Liberians have access to malaria and other life-saving medication. Okay, you know that the allocation of the fund to get life-saving medication to the people of Liberia, actually demonstrate how the civil society and the government can collaborate to share priorities and to create meaningful differences in the lives of Liberian people. We just want to bring, to highlight that, and this came just right in the time when the Civil Society Health Coalition launched a national campaign to improve citizen access to donated medicine. That was held at Bele Casa on April 11, 2024, and it attracted approximately 150 people, including health stakeholders, policymakers, international partners. High profile or participant, including the Justice Minister, Oswald Twe, the Deputy Minister for Budget Development and Planning, the people from the Ministry of Finance, and you just name it. So it
Mm-hmm.
attracted a whole lot of high dignitaries. And then just in the time when the president was giving his his 100 days deliverable, we saw that he was making mention of allocation of funding for last mile distribution. We really want to applaud this initiative by the government.
So yeah, just to add up to NS, one of the major issues that it will be good to mention that the issue of understaffing at the facility. So most of the health facility we visited, they are understaffed, and where they have staff, you will see that they are all volunteers. So these volunteers don't really give proper accountability when it comes to these draws. And when we come to record keeping, I would just want to reiterate in another form that the Ministry of Health provide a clear reporting tools and mechanism to all public health facilities to be able to report on the drugs that is being supplied to them. So these tools are not utilized by the facility. For example, you get in one facility, they got something called a daily dispensing record. So in a dispensary, like if you go to this, if you been diagnosed whatever sickness or whatever, and then you need to get treatment, they give you that paper to go to the pharmacy, for example, to get the medicine. So every patient that gets at that point, and every medication that is given should be tracked in a daily dispensing record that is available. It's not provided by our civil society organization. And even before this project came into being, that record system has been in place. But you'll notice that somebody will say, "Oh, I can be tired, the workload can be plenty, so I don't fill in, on a daily basis, but rather they wait for the month to end before they start to fill in those records." And we see that to be a wrong step, because the purpose for that is to keep a proper track of the drugs on a daily basis. But if you are not recording on a daily basis and waiting for the month to end, or sometimes in most cases they are not recorded at all when we get there to do monitoring, then you have no accountability, to show that you receive this quantity of medication and that you dispense, because you have no record to show that you're giving these drugs to patients. So these are some of the things that we see in the supply chain that cause the issue of stock out, that when patients get at public health facility, they say there's no medication at times. And then also the delay of supply that comes with the county depot. When they receive the drug, there's no logistics to move it further from. So there are 15 counties. Out of the 15, there are 13 counties that have county depots. So most of and MyGivi do not have county depots. They receive their supply directly from CMS, the Central Medical Store. So many Central Medical Store take it directly to the facility themselves. So they don't have a depot where they have to put it first before distribution. But the rest of the 13 counties have county depots where the drugs will leave from CMS, and then they supply these depots. And these depots have the responsibility to ensure that all public health facilities within our county receive the drugs. So that's how the supply chain system works for the medication. But within these processes, there can be significant delays, sometimes from CMS, sometimes from the county, because they don't have the capacity to also move the commodity to reach the last mile, which is the health facility themselves who should receive this medication. So sometimes they just stay at the Central Medical Store and get expired. And now where USAID and other donors are saying, we cannot give you food and you want also give you spoon to eat. So like they give you the medication for your citizen, and then you want the people to come again, send for you go to move it again to carry it to the facility. They say they can't get there. And even if it was you, only it will not work. So if they give you food, you should be able to wash. If you don't have spoon, wash your hand, eat. But you have to consume the food, right? Because it's given to you to eat. But they give it now, you don't eat it and you stay there, it's spoiled. So it seems like the people who use their taxpayer money to supply or to donate to Liberia, it seems like a waste.
Is this something that you people have been doing every year? So year in, year out, thing with this assessment, having a full oversight all of these counties?
So like I said, we started the jobs monitoring in November. So if you count from November to now, we are pretty close going to like 6 months in this exercise. And these are the issues that continue to persist within the work. But so before we take cross question from you guys, I also want to emphasize on what my colleagues and us were talking about, the significant progress we've been able to make. So take for example, this coalition had been able to meet with the host committee on health. We met with the host committee on health, and which is chaired by Honorable Judy, and we told her about the challenges that we have listed here, and that we needed the host to be able to take action in appropriating funding for last mile distribution. Which is where the gap is from the county level, that they don't have the logistics to move the commodity from the county depot.
It's a huge challenge.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge. So
the entire 6 counties, or maybe just one side of
the 6 counties, and we believe based on this activity in the 6 counties, we believe they are cut across other counties.
No, the situation is that the distribution to the last mile happened in only 2 counties. that is CMS take the medication or the health commodities from the CMS and distribute to directly to a health facility in Mosorado County and Magibi County only.
Yeah.
The remaining 13 counties, the medication goes to the county depot. And then where the challenge is, if the CMS distribute to the depot, the county of team is their responsibility now to take it from the depot and distribute to various health facility in the county. At that level, they don't have the logistic, they don't have the finance. They complain about no vehicle, no transportation. And when that's happening, at the level of the facility, the drugs get stuck out. When people go there, there's no medicine. So people try to innovate, like for the example I gave where in Grand Basso, where the officer in charge of a health facility will leave the facility, chatter a keke, and then try to go for the medication. Now that brings in a lot of issues. If the officer in charge will take his or her own money to pay a keke driver to go and collect the medication, and she take it back, who's going to replenish what she have used to transport medication to the facility?
That would lead to placing a charge on the drugs.
Okay, so and these medication are meant to be distributed free for the people of Liberia. They were distributed. These are donated medication. So that why in our recommendation we say we need some policy to be put in place in terms of theft. If somebody steal the medicine, what should happen to them?
So, like Marka have said, Josie, just hold on, sorry. If she take this item, maybe the person take this item from this location, spending their own funds and putting a charge on it. Have you recorded that in your own assessment report where you come across XY taking the drugs, spending their own money transporting it because of that, put a charge on it instead of it being free?
We have seen them transporting it. In terms of charging, they know the rules that you are not supposed to charge. So we don't see that. And from our interaction, when you do community town hall meetings, you get to learn from the citizens that whenever they go to the health facilities, they are charged. If you're at the facility level and you try to talk to or people that visit the health facilities, they will not explain that to you. But if you go in the community while they are sitting in their community and you ask them, when last you went to the hospital? Oh, I was there just last week. Did you pay money? Yes, I paid this amount. That story is very clear if you do community engagement. If you speak to people in the community, they are afraid that if they speak at the facility level, they will be earmarked and then they might not give them the kind of service they want. So you get that information clear when you get and when you do your town hall meetings and discuss with the people.
So what are some of the recommendations you are offering, and to whom? To the government or USA?
So like I was already in flight on that. So like I said, we met with the host committee on health, where we talk about making available. At the time we were requesting because we knew that based on the series of engagement before reaching at the house, we met with the Ministry of Health, or we met with a newly appointed minister at the time. I think it was her first or second day in office when we met with her. We also discussed the issue about the last mile distribution. And we met with the Ministry of Finance, Development Planning, the Office on Budget, and we had a discussion about this increment or specific allocation of funding for last mile distribution. So that's our first major recommendation. So looking at the tight space in the formulation and passage of this current budget, we needed to look at, not to put all of our challenges forth, but we look at the major one that needed redress immediately, and that was the issue of the last mile distribution. That was the first. So when we met with the host committee, we put it forth and we told them that if they can appropriate at least a minimum amount of 150,000, that was our request, to be honest. The $150,000
to facilitate the transportation of the drugs from the depots to the facilities.
Yes. Okay. That's what we're advocating for. And then we also met with the Senate Committee on Health, which is headed by Honorable Vabla. So we also met with them on series occasions. We discussed the same issue about last mile distribution. So good for us. We've been tipped off on this that the increment that was done within the budget, I think there was additional 4 or 5 million, approximately 4 to 5 million that was added to the health budget specifically. So based on the tip off we received, we have been told that there is funding available in the budget for last mile distribution, but we don't know the specific amount. right?
Okay.
That I think my colleague Ernest talked about, the president even talked about it in his 100 days delivery about last
Yeah.
mile distribution. And even besides for the 100 days delivery, the president also talked about it as part of his arrest agenda that has to do with stock out. When he gave his annual message, the first annual message, the sooner he talked about the issue of there'll be no, drug stock out at the facility. So he was specifically speaking to the work that we're doing within these facilities and across the country. So with these engagement and with the kind of a success we're hearing, even though we don't know the specific amount that they allocated for last mile health distribution, but the fact that with these engagements, they can be identified by the government that this is a major challenge.
A little increase in the budget. Is it welcoming by all the national budget on health? There's an increase. Is it welcoming for the health sector?
Yes,
Yes.
actually, it's welcoming with the significant challenges that is faced with the health sector. It is actually welcoming, and that's why we also want to thank the government, through this media that this shows the partnership between government and civil society. Most often people see civil society as group that just want to criticize and just want to always be there to talk against the government. But we don't talk against the government. We speak to the issues that affect the citizens, and where the government is doing right, we have to commend them. So like the government have took a very major step to ensure that this issue is addressed, even though it may not be to the level we wanted, but the fact that there's been some effort made, we can be able to appreciate the government, the Ministry of Health, the House Committee on Health, the Senate Committee on Health. And one of the persons too that also championed this was Honorable Prince Moy. I think he's the chair on Ways and Means at the Senate. Yeah, at the Senate of the House, if I get it wrong,
At
but
the Senate.
at the Senate, good. So he attended the launch and he committed that there will be some effort made, and now we're seeing the efforts that have been made with the health sector. So I think um we want to thank everybody, all of the stakeholders that we name that they have been able to work along with us, even at the facility, the community, because this information will not reach to us when we get there, when the community is not open to give us the information. And when the facility also is not open to give us access, and the facility is being held by the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Health have played a major role in this partnership. So we are very thankful and we look forward to continuous engagement and making sure that these meds are free of charge.
So we were talking about maybe some of the challenges, but let's look at access being given you as a team to do your assessment. Maybe normally when somebody is doing something that is not right, they would not like people to know. So for example, when you're doing these evaluations, doing these assessments, I mean, how comfortable are they with you and giving you access?
So,
Yes.
okay, so Josie.
Yes. So the civil society activity started last year in June,
Hmm.
and then there was a county in-session meeting held with the different county of officers and officials. So from that background, the county is fully informed of the
Okay.
civil society activities in the county, and even the district health thing and some OICs. Yeah, they were
Okay.
part of the county in-session meeting. And besides that, there have been other activities that the coalition members and also partners have been engaged with in the different counties. So that activities focus directly with the health activities in the county. So some of them are the how you call it training of HFDC or capacity building for health facility development committees, that is the HFDC. So for no different points, the information of the health coalition panel have been disseminated to them.
Okay.
So going to the facility, because they initially the drugs distribution monitoring was not part of the coalition activities. Yes, so it's just an amended portion of the coalition activity when USAID realized that there were been fraud in the system and they needed somebody to stand up and speak. And knowing that civil society were hired by CSA to work, and then they came up with that amended portion. So going back to the community and the facility to do the assessment They are all aware, and some of them from their background, they are fed up with saying health worker can steal, they can do this, the information have been going largely. So when we enter the community, they are not really afraid to give us information.
Okay.
Yes, the health workers that they are open to us. Whether just is in a facility, just is not, then they will be open to tell us what is happening. And the work that we do is vice versa. We work with health workers and we go back to the community, get community perception about services being provided to them in line with the
Has
just.
there been any
Yeah.
point where maybe an incident has been investigated and people charged?
So,
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Yes, that happens in my Gibi. That case was speak up in my Gibi, where
Okay.
a staff health worker sold TB drugs to somebody.
Okay.
Yes, and this person, the person who sold the medicine, in fact, who mother bought the medicine was health facility development committee's member.
Wow.
Yes, so they sold the medicine to her at 18,000.
Wow.
Yeah, for 6 month drugs. So they went and hustled and brought some, maybe 3,000, but then they only give her 1 week medicine to carry, and that medicine should be given free of charge to that person to survive.
Okay.
Yes. So when the information got to the county, what happened was that they did their investigation, and then this person was, guilty, and then they suspended him with all pay for 2 months. So that penalty was not sufficient for that person, because the lady had to go look for medicine after she took that 3 month, that 1 week medicine, and it elapsed. She has to go for another 1 week to look for medicine before she, in fact, to look for money
Mm.
before she can purchase the new one.
Okay.
Yes. And right after, like he mentioned about the launch of the health, how you call it, advocacy on the drugs monitoring,
Mm-hmm.
on April 11.
Sorry.
Right after that activities, the lady in question money was given back to her by the
So,
county. Yes, so they forced that person to be able to give the money.
so if you want to do maybe county by county grading in terms of the management of these donated drugs and all of that, I mean, which county you think has been doing?
Well, yes. So for me, let's say Nimba, for Nimba,
Okay.
uh, when it just got there,
What
this
about Monserrate and Margibi who get a supply straight from the center?
The issue in the
yeah,
counties
eh,
is that management at the level of the facility.
Okay.
You know, when the medicine get there, the medicine, each one of the tablets got monetary value.
Okay.
And like Leo was saying, if you distribute or you give the medicine to somebody and you don't document, let's take if that were money they gave you to share, and you got 100 that is to share here among people, and you share the money, you don't recall who you gave it to. How do we consider that?
Maybe you say, I mean, mismanagement or
We say
yeah.
mismanagement, misappropriation.
mhm.
So it's the same thing with the drugs. So when we use the terminology, I beg the county of officer, they shouldn't get angry. It amounts to the same thing because the medication got value. Okay, and they're free. I mean, the fact that that name tag donated drugs is free. It is placed on it, and then they give it to you at the level of the health facility to give it to people. According to you, you gave it to people, but
No record.
no record. So we say you mismanage the drugs. So if you mismanage the drugs, if we turn that into a monetary value and say, okay, maybe it will or $1,000 drugs they give the facility for the quarter, it means that you mismanage $1,000. You know, so
Yes.
they should
So
be very careful. The record keeping is very terrible, and that needs to improve.
Do you
so
get feedback from your partners, especially USAID, when you do the assessment and submit reports?
Yeah, we do have, for example, the county when we do the monitoring, we hold consultative meetings.
sure.
where we invite county stakeholders like the county council, the county health boards, we invite community, we invite the media to these meetings, and we discuss what was, the findings from the monitoring meeting. We present it to the county health team. And it is at that forum where the county health team will come out and say, okay, yes, we'll do this, we'll do that. When we finish with that meeting, we come up with an action plan to mitigate the risks or challenges that we identify at the facilities, and we give it to the county. And then we score each facility based on the challenges. And moving forward, while we continue to monitor, we want to, look at the action plan to see how the county is addressing those issues.
Okay.
Okay. But sometimes the county health team don't want you to speak to the media, and this we speak for the people. So if for example you hold your county consultative meeting and there is an issue that some media institution report, some county get angry with you and say why you go directly to the media. It's not that we went directly to the media, but we invited them into the forum so that everybody can be aware of the challenges, and so that we all can work towards improving the health system. And these are some of the issues we encounter, especially in Margibi County.
So in your recommendations, what specifically have you pointed out to be a permanent solution to this drug stock out and stuff like that?
For stock out, the medicine is at the CMS. I remember last year, by let's say by July, okay, the issue of stock out was very hard because there was no distribution going to the facilities. But now medicine is going to the county and going to the facilities, especially for Margibi and Mosorado County. So when it comes to malaria commodities, I will monitor. I can verify and say that these facilities that were served, in January of this year, and even April of this quarter. So the first and second quarter, they are fully stocked with malaria medicine. Okay, you will only see situation where specific malaria medicine is not at the level of the facility. What I saw in Margibi County is that quinine was stocked up. The quinine tablets were not available at the facility level, but again, it was because they did not distribute them to the facilities. So the distribution is a key process. If the distribution is delayed and the medicine at the level of the facility is used up, the facility gets stuck up. Now that every quarter the distribution is going at the facility, because there's a schedule at the central medical store. They distribute once every quarter to the county. So that, and then the distribution is done in such a way that they give at least 1 month buffer. That is more medicine to last for additional 1 month before they can supply the other medicine. So once the distribution process is going on, regularly every quarter, we don't expect to see or stock up our facility. The challenge now would be how they manage the medicine at the level of the facility, and that way we want to see the entire country, the management aspect that we work towards improvement.
Yes, so let me just come in for the other counties who are not receiving drugs directly from the CMS. So, like for Bon, Nema, and Lofa County, and Grand Bassa, they receive drugs. Their last mile distribution are done by the county.
Okay.
So you will find out that to those different health facilities, there are a lot of huge stock out of malaria commodities. So they got different categories. You got the 2 to 11 months. You got the 1 to 5 years, and you got the 6 to 13 years. Then you got the adult. You got the artesunate injection, and all of that. So if you go to the facility, most time you will only see the 1 to 5 and the 6 to 13 years. But the rest of the malaria drugs for adults and for even children that are below 5 years, you will not see it. Now, in fact, below 1 year, because at 2 to 11 months, you will not see it. Some are being stocked up for NIMBA, some are being stocked up for over years. So you will not see it. So our recommendation to the government, I'm glad that recently when the president spoke, he mentioned about the last mile distribution, and it's through the civil society coalition advocacy that led to that, because there were a lot of engagement done with the Ministry of Finance, with the Ministry of Health, even the minister proper. We went and met with her, pushing that there should be some allocation in the budget for last mile distribution. So we are hoping and praying that
So why you
one
formed your proposal of 150,000?
eh?
What is
That was
Yeah, so it will be,
so the
a
envelope
plus
is
for
already
us. Yeah.
small.
okay?
The
Uh-huh.
national cake is small,
Yeah.
and looking at
Mhm.
so these ORCs that we engage at these facilities,
Mhm.
they are the ones that are the custodian of this information. So
Okay.
yeah, based on the various discussion at their various levels, they were able to give us this approximately. Even though we know that, because like the 150,000, we're not talking about maybe getting or purchasing vehicle or motorbikes, no. But we're looking at where when the drugs come, if you can be able to charter a vehicle, right? For example, to go to the county depot and bring it and do that 1 day distribution to all of the facility, or 2 day distribution. So even if you somebody will charge you like maybe $200, take for example the county have maybe within our 150,000, for example, there are a lot, or maybe for example 5,000 approximately to our county. You can sit now and work within that 5,000 and say, okay, we'll have 5,000. So every quarter when the jobs come, we can use maybe 1,000, or we can use 700 to make sure that we rent vehicle to take the drugs to the various facility within the county. So that is just an action point for now until government can find a more, we in government, based on our series of engagement, we can find a more applicable solution to the issue of the distribution of drugs.
So
So
talking about
And,
the bigger vision, for example, do you envisage that maybe there can be in the future, not too distant future now, there can be maybe vehicle assigned at the depots for distribution or transportation of the medicine to the various facilities? You mean a future plan?
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
some of the system we're recommending that can be practiced in other countries. Take for example what they do.
Mm-hmm.
All of the ministries have their offices in all of the counties.
Yeah.
In these offices they have assigned vehicles. So government, what we were discussing the other day with the Senate committee, we saw them, for example, government need to ban new cars because the drugs are just distributed on a quarterly basis. So you got 4 times a year that the distribution has been done. So what you do, if you have vehicles in the counties, there can be a memo runner or a policy put in place that whenever the quarter
Maybe with the
ends,
county health team.
yeah,
Okay.
when these vehicles that are in the county, other ministry can provide us support to supply the county health team with the vehicle just for that 1 or 2 days that they will use the vehicle for. So
Okay.
like government only be responsible to make sure that the vehicles have fuel to move. So like it's this, like you're not gonna take vehicle from Morovia to go way in Lofa, but you already have, for example, the Ministry of Health get 2 cars in Lofa, for example, and maybe Ministry of Education got 1 car, Michigan General got 2 cars. So you just surround all of the vehicles just for that particular day, maybe a day or two, just for them to use it for that purpose. Afterward, the vehicle go back to the vehicle agency. They come. Now, one suggestion. Two, government, they can also purchase a vehicle for that specific purpose. That will also be good because when you purchase it for that specific purpose, it's also going to help with other health related activity and challenges within the county in terms of movement. They can also help. Or you can fix a specialized motorbike that have, because we're talking about challenging area too. Road
Mm-hmm.
connectivity in our country is not easy. There
Yeah.
are some places in Lofa, in Nimba, that to go to the facility will not be easy. The car can go there. So you can feel a specialized, motorbike or maybe tricycle or whatever that will be able to have the commodities. But then it's owned by government. And then you have people who moving on it to be government staff. So anything happening, they have proper accountability to give back to the county authority or government. So this kind of intervention can also help based on what we're trying to propose to the government.
Well, that is good. So, so far you've gone, you said over 6 months of this project. What are your expectations?
Well, when it comes to expectation, we want to see a sustained system, okay, an improved health system where the issue of stock out is minimized. Okay, there should be the stock out rate, it should be like 53% of health facility in the county stock. We want to see like maybe 2%, 1%. And that 1% should be maybe because on the way while they were distribution and they were taking medication to the health facility, maybe the car broke down and then the stock is and the facility was stuck up for maybe 3 4 days. Okay, so we expect to see a sustained system where there's always essential drugs available at health facilities.
Yes, so I see we can at least use the next 10-15 minutes for phone calls. Yes, and get some reaction from the public.
Yes, so you can do that.
Yes, UC Liberia Civil Society Health Coalition. Live with us on the first segment of the Truth Breakfast Show. You can call us on 0777 285 961 961. Let's
Yeah,
get
you
our
can
very
also
first.
call alternative number, 0770202579. Yeah.
Morning, please be audible. Morning. Okay. What do we report to? Thank you. Yes. Let's go strictly to the point. Thank you. What do we report to? Let's see this other caller coming through on the line. This person. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Please be audible now for our online viewers to hear you. Go ahead. I'm not getting you. Please repeat your question.
Contribution.
Uh-huh. Okay. 15% towards the global fund. All right, they'll answer all of your questions. Yeah. So if you have the number, thank you. 0777. Yes, yeah, actually. Yes, 777 285 961. You can call the alternative.
Yes, you can call it 0770202579 as well.
Morning. Go ahead. Thank you.
I think that they said from the opening, they said I think it's for the public facilities, not private. Good morning. You just got through and you're going up. Yeah, 0770202579 is the alternative number you can also call.
Yes, let me see if I can take this one. This person coming through the line this morning. Good morning. Morning, go ahead. Is that relating to what we're discussing?
You know,
Hello, hello. Okay,
But if we're in charge
that
of government investigation,
no, yeah, that's all. All right, we can let it out today.
yes.
Yes, Chonope, Leo, Josie.
Yeah, very, very
Yes,
interesting.
yeah,
So,
yes.
so one of the caller wanted to know who do you report to when issues arises or when you identify
data
some problem
quality
in the
issue.
county and you want to report. Uh, we are working on. You can report. Let me just come up first to say you can report to the county of team. We recommend that you report to the county of team. We also have the civil society there present in the 6 counties that we work in, and we are on the radio all the time. We do give our numbers. You can report any issue you identify to us so that we can escalate to the referral authority. But we most of the time recommend that you talk to the county of T. We are also in collaboration with the UC civil society activities working with how they call them accountability lab to come up with software,
Okay.
and that software name is Talkie.
Okay.
Talking, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Talkie.
Well, they come
So
with integrated watch.
It
yeah,
targeted
integrity
watch.
was.
Yeah.
And so the Talkie application, we also take them, and once the arrangements are made with the technical lab, we take it to the county
Mhm.
and inform the population about that application. It's a platform where they can,
I mean,
Report.
anybody can report anything at any
report
time.
anything.
Yeah.
Through
Okay.
that platform, we'll be able to access the information.
All right.
What I gather from there is that the platform will be open to the minister and all of high ranking authorities in government to also see what complaints are being made through that platform.
Yeah, and someone talk about government contribution to the medications. And so the medication comes to the government. What is being supplied by CMS, these malaria commodities that are being supplied by CMS, it is only procured or donated to library by UC. So I'm very clear on that. I'm talking about where it's being supplied from CMS because government receive drugs from different sources, right? And at times they donate them at different and various levels. But where it's being supplied through CMS when it comes to malaria commodity is only from UC. So UC, what Global Fund does for malaria has to do with the issue of mosquito net, and that funding is given through a multilateral agreement from UC to the Global Fund for their own implementation. So it's the same UC who is funding it, but then Global Fund do they take care of the issue of the distribution of the mosquito nets. So that's why we say when it comes to malaria commodities, they are solely and wholly procured by the US government,
Yeah.
from testing to treatment.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let
For
me
for
just.
for the contribution, and I think this guy made specific reference to the Global Fund. The Global Fund is a big organization that support health in different countries. So the Global Fund in Liberia contributes to malaria medicine. They bring in malaria medicine, they bring in HIV,
Yeah,
and they bring in tuberculosis
tuberculosis.
medication. And so the issue about what government contribute is always on the table for discussion. And most of the time, I remember sometime the government contributed purchasing of the drug resistant TB medication. Government procured that. I think that was during the regime of Bernice Died. I don't know what the current arrangement is currently, but government do contribute in terms of the infrastructure, the human resource, and so forth. So government makes some contribution.
Yeah. So Josie was coming. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so, just to add up, to respond to his question, he's asking for government contribution towards Global Funds, maybe activities. Okay, so I think there's an arrangement between the government of Liberia and those different donors
Okay.
that when these drugs are supplied to the government,
Hmm.
the last mile distribution should be supported by government.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the reason why you see that through our advocacy, government have realized, some portion into the current budget to be able to support the last mile distribution, because they support the USAID and Global Fund support, they provide the money, billions of dollars, purchase the drugs, bring it to Liberia, pull it to the CMS, take it from the CMS to carry to the county. So when it reach to the county to go to the health facility, it is the portion of the government, or this the how you call it, the government, that's supposed to do that last mile distribution. That is the government portion of, or government contribution to that activity. So, but in time past, it has not been happening.
Okay.
Yes, it has not been happening. That's why you see huge stock of drugs at the facility, the how you call it, the drugs depot. It's not going to the facility. And one key thing that happening is that when there is a huge commodity stock in a drugs depot, you will realize that the facility will be stocked out, and when the facility is stocked out, they will be giving a prescription
Mm.
to patient. And really, prescription giving prescription in remote community is a hazard. It's a
Okay.
serious problem, because they will go to get medicine. If there is no drugstore or no pharmacist nearby, they are going to get it from buckets,
Okay.
white buckets. So
Okay. Great. So, I mean, time have fast spent. Let's hope we have these times regularly coming through the informing librarian people will be something good. Let's do a roundtable. Starting off with Josie. Let's hear a final word from you in a minute. We have to go.
wow. Okay, O'Neill and Marka, I'd like to say thank you so much for hosting us. And I want to say thank you to USAID and CSA and DAI for the level of support to the civil society organizations working in Liberia to firstly create a platform for health, to for civil society to come up
Mhm.
to be able to speak to some of the issues that are happening in our health system, and for even lighting a torch that government can see reason to be able to allocate some funds towards towards last mile health distribution. Want to thank you for that, and thanks to all of our coalition members and all of the civil how you call it, the county health team members, the district, the ORCs, for supporting us in our initiative. So thank you so much.
Okay, Leo. Yes, Leo. Let's hear from you.
Okay, thanks. I just want to say thanks to the county health teams that we've been working with. It's a rough road, a good and rough road, but in the end, the work has to be done. And also thanks to the media for always playing a critical role in ensuring that the voices of people are heard through our efforts as civil society organization. And I also want to thank our good organizations that are within this coalition, that all of our members are not here today. We have chairs, we have ERDI, we have HERF, we have PHIL, we have VUD, and then we have UNEPO. So all of the six organizations, we are working tirelessly to ensure that the issue of supply chain and issues that is experienced by the health sector is significantly addressed and solutions are found. So we are doing great job. I want us to keep up the good work. And at the end of the day, Labro wins. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Trooper.
Yeah, so I just want to say thanks to you guys in there. You're doing a great job on this 2FM. I really appreciate that. And the issue of drug stock out in Liberia has been HO problem. And I'm happy that the current government have come up and stated by the president of the republic that they have allocated some funding for the last mile, which I think going to ensure life-saving medication reaches the people. So I'm very grateful for that. I also want to thank USAID, CSA for the support, to the coalition. They are doing a very good job for Liberian people, and we shouldn't forget that. So thanks to all of you, and thanks to all on Radio Land.
Thank you very much. Well, that's Ernest Chodope, Leo Tier, and of course Josie Mator. Yes, USAID, Liberia Civil Society Health Coalition. Right here with us on the first segment of the True Breakfast Show. Let's get this break. We'll come back with an exclusive feature on Asila Meta. We promise you that was going to come back. Yeah, let's go for this break. And of course, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Everybody business. Fire prevention, na everybody business. My people are and do that the fire thing.
For EcoBank. Today, I'd like to talk to you about the EcoBank Express account. Do you know you can open a bank account without having to go visit a bank branch? Do you also know that you can open a bank account without having to fill all the paperwork that is normally associated with opening a bank account? Yes, this is true. This is what the EcoBank Express account offers you. The EcoBank Express account is a digital account that is opened using just your mobile number. This account allows you access to a wide range of banking services that is available today. To open an EcoBank Express account, you have two options. The first option allows you to use a smartphone and the internet to open your Express account. To use this option, you need to visit the Google Play Store or the App Store to look for the EcoBank mobile app and install on your smart device. Once launched, click on the Get Started button. You'll be presented with options to use the app. Since you intend to open an Express account and you are not an existing EcoBank customer, click on No, I'm new to EcoBank. You will then be prompted to select the country in which you want to open the EcoBank Express account. For this test, we will select Ghana and then enter our mobile number. You'll be presented with the option to review the terms and conditions attached to the use of the EcoBank mobile app, as well as our data privacy policy. If you are okay with these, you click on the Continue button. We will now prompt you to select how you would want to bank with EcoBank. In this case, you will select Express account. We will automatically send a code to the mobile number you provided to verify your identity. As you can see, the code was just automatically read into the app. And once this was verified successfully, you'll be asked to provide your personal details. I will provide my first name, my middle name, my initials, my surname. I will select my date of birth and then provide my email address. I will select my gender. I will then click on the Continue button. I'll be asked to select an ID type to use. In this instance, we will use our mobile number. I will enter my address, and then I can choose to review the terms and conditions associated with the use of the EcoBank Express account. I can then go ahead to create an EcoBank Express account. On the success of the creation of the Express account, customer can then select a 6-digit PIN of their choice for you.
Morning, this is the Breakfast Show on Truth FM, the heart and soul of Liberia. We just want to announce to you that our president, the president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Yuval Boykai, arrives in Dallas, Texas, ahead of the U.S. Africa Business Summit taking place from the 6th of May to the 9th. He was welcomed at the airport by the president, members of the Liberian community in Dallas. Yes, more details will follow coming through from the Executive Mansion website. Yes, so let's go into this one. As we promised you that we're going to exclusively talk about ArcelorMittal. But I want to play this out first before going into detail. I want to get going. The president visited Western Cluster, Liberia. This is what President Joseph Boykai had to say during his visit at Western Cluster in Bomi County.
This morning, incidentally. And I told you we're going to close them down. Minister, let me tell you, if we don't close Western Cluster down, we'll lose the bridges. We'll lose those bridges and it will be disastrous for this country. We're not going to sit here because, because the number of vehicles moving on our road. And I went up the hill the last time. Western Cluster is not mining. They're just taking our resources. We get no reward for it. I told him emphatically this morning that we're going to close them down. And I'm telling you seriously. I'm not going to sit here. They will take our resources and do that. If they want to invest further, let them be a railway. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
If,
So
if they want to invest,
yeah, I think
like
it's
that.
okay.
I like that last one.
They should take the what?
If they want to invest further, let them build the railway.
The railway.
Yes.
And the president was speaking. I see the president was talking. You could hear small thing on of it, right? This is His Excellency speaking directly to the Minister of Public Works,
threatening to shut
Western Cluster down.
If
So
they
with
want to
the
further invest, they should build railway.
railway, period. So with the information we've gotten, Western Cluster is still into full operation. But our attention is now with Western Cluster. I mean, Joseph Boyka finished injury. He just left with when he arrived, we'll say, well, Mr. President, welcome back. The Minister of Public Works, I mean, since you have given your pass through, I mean, if to say you have not visited the mount. But let's get to ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal, I don't want to say they are worse or they are worse than Western Cluster. This is a company where back then, Lamco used to operate. I know you know the familiar say, well, Lamco used to do this and all of that. But with the videos and the pictures we have gotten from Yekepa, still look like 20 years ago. The company that came over it came over 1.6 billion investments. If a concession company is in the country, they should play a significant role in the growth of the country's economies. In terms of what? Infrastructure, employment. The only thing ArcelorMittal boasts of, they will say employment. We don't see it whether it's cutting across from the lowest to the highest. They'll come out with this scholarship with just few, but on the overall, I want Liberians to just watch. Those of you watching online, we got these pictures and videos just on Saturday from Yekepa. This is ArcelorMittal. Yekepa almost 20 years ago. I want you to keep straight. And yes, this is the livelihood as up to now.
People living around the construction area.
Yes, those who live and they are still drinking this water. Got polluted some way somehow. They even John Colley at one point in time. I will play John Colley's voice. You see in the road, this was an area that was 25 years ago or 30 years ago, created by Lamco. The road still the same. This is mental steel. Just flip through. Flip through. Those of you watching online. Okay. So with the media pressure of 1 or 2 now, yeah. So let's try to make up something. Let's do something quick. This is what happened with the mental steel. I mean, I can't tell you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can't tell, yeah. Yes, I want you to keep your pulse on this. Oh man, yes.
Some of the people living in the construction area and complaining about the kind of life they are living, even though they live near a construction of $1.6 billion. Again, sometimes when we try to say, or we'll come up with some of these information to put it to the public, it is not to either buy more of the construction company or to make it to like go away. But the thing is, our leaders themselves, the agreement you sign with these people, what are the enforcement power that you have as a government? Because you listened to Onu telling you earlier that some of the construction people, in fact, not Onu, but the guy who called Samson, Samson segment, Samson called and said he has been to Yekepa there on several occasions. They have also been advocating for these people living in the construction area. And they will look in your face and tell you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Simply telling you that I mean we are in charge, we control. So what is the enforcement power that our government has to to enforce the agreement, the Mineral Development Agreement, to ensure that all provisions within the agreement are met. Okay, social corporate responsibility. You need to give the people health care. You need to give the people education. Give the people, I mean, better environment to live in. You have the people struggling with water, and in this modern time, people still drinking from creeks and all of these kind of things. Look at the places that people live.
You're seeing the comments, right? The comments are coming
Let's
back and
talk
forth.
about, for example, let's talk about road, for example. Why can't you connect these towns and villages that are in the concession area with the big centers, with the town, with the concession area? The people need to have access to road. They need to have health care. But see where they live.
I want you to listen up to journalist John Colley on the C Asila Mentor on this thing. Let me see if I can give this a play.
It's largely to cater for the welfare of people, most importantly. In fact, that's why they sign concessions to better the lives of the people. And so when companies they deal with fail to do their side of the bargain, as in the case of the task you right now with the welfare of the people in Limba and the specificity of where they are as a company, then they should trust the government because their job is to sign what in politics is called a contract of social life, social contractors. And it appears that the retired agreement is not doing what it should do in keeping with what it's signed on to. And that is strangely shameful for our government and our people not to be treated in a way that retired and the government agreement on the government is seemingly doing nothing to deal with that. That's strange to me. I'll give you an example. Whether UKIPA is still enforced, UKIPA is still enforced. This is strange. Daddy, UKIPA.
You listen, right? UKIPA is still in forest. This is what Lamco used to operate back then. People still drinking on the creek and billions of dollars. Get this on the screen. These pictures, they are all for UKIPA. Videos, pictures, all coming through from UKIPA. But when you listen to the deal, man, it's becoming so frustrating. So, good morning to relevant authority, those of you who are in charge of this. The most recent vessel was the Western Cluster. Now we're bringing up the complaints that are coming from UKIPA. The only public school when we get to that part, you don't want to hear it. If you see the school building where Asila Mentor, as part of the bargain, I think gave him back. They are not doing so. We've been on Western Cluster on your podcast and no. The media talking too much about Western Cluster. You go past through swim Marka. When you saw for yourself, right? And today we are on Asila Mentor. If we get the telephone lines open up, you hear callers. You hear people calling, testifying. They're not living as part of their own bargain, man. It's so sickening to know. Do you know how much you're taking out our minerals? They are leaving. And look at the community. Scroll through, Richard. Like those who washing this cannot later I said Nigeria with these millions of dollars, and look at the community for a long. Let's match what John Collins said. It looked like a forest up to present. Let's match the two. Just hold on, sorry. Yes, listen.
That is bullshit. UKIPA is still enforced. UKIPA is still enforced. This is strange. It's dirty. UKIPA is extremely dirty. It's bullshit. I can say in my context, most of UKIPA is inhabitable. And that's sad. The houses left behind, which Natal itself needs, should be renovated. And I can tell you that none of those is happening.
Marka, we're trying to mash it up. That's the fact.
Again, we will go back to our government and ask them, how do you sign this agreement? What do you put in there for the communities from where these minerals are being extracted? That is important. They have this law that on the ground is not for the people. These are the people's settlement. They were settled there, and these minerals are there. So anything from out of there should benefit the people.
That's it.
It should benefit the people.
That's why you stand concession for.
Because of this concession, you cut down people cocoa farms, people rubber farms, people coffee farms. At the end of the day, you give it out concession, and you don't expect these people to live better life after you are taking away their livelihoods, which is their cocoa farms and coffee farms.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, see where the people live. See where the people live. See the road in the town. See the road in that town near Yekepa, near the Aslamita concession, in the area, in the concession community, the people living in these kind of places. Those people are supposed to be living as if they are living in New York.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Same thing with China. When you pass by the city, you go to China, you see just like
you go to where the expatriates live. You see them. They live the best of life. They have 24-hour water, electricity. They live good. But it is not a forest and mountain these minerals are coming from.
Mm-hmm.
They just came and settled to do business. We are going to do business to make profit. But your social impact on the people is also important.
So, ArcelorMittal mining project in Liberia is the first greenfield mining operation undertaken by the company. It was initiated in 2006 following the merger of Arcelor and Metal Steel. The iron ore is mined at Yekepa in Nimba. Is transported to Buchanan, Grand-Bassa County for export.
Buchanan people say every time they people having protests.
In Buchanan?
Yeah, over ArcelorMittal,
Okay. Let's take it from Yekepa and send it to Grand-Bassa.
Of course.
For export.
So, I mean, again, we like to call on our government. During elections, you will come and present, because these concessions come from the legislature. Okay, it goes there and they have to review it, what is good for the people. You see why you are representative of the people? You see why you are representative of the people? So in District 2 and District 3, in Nimba, we have Nyan Flomo Senior as representative of District 2, Nimba County. We have our representative Naka Gay,
for
District 3, Nimba County. These are the...
Yekepa is in which district?
District 3.
District 3.
Yes.
Okay.
So the concession is District 3 and District 2. One part of it. So, I mean, you see, you always going back in Nimba, seeing these things. I think it is time that you take on the advocacy.
So I'm looking at the economic benefits.
For example, we saw even though for the family he has been in advocacy even before he was elected.
He succeeded with it already.
Yes. So at least things are being done. We are seeing a committee set up to investigate some of these concessions. And again, let me say thanks to the Speaker of the House of Representatives who set up the committee to review some of these concessions. And Representative Musa Bellotti of District 7, Nimba County, is the head of that committee.
Okay.
So some of these broadcasts we are doing, bringing out some of these things happening to the people living in the community of ArcelorMittal. I think the committee should see this very prudent to also include it in their assessment they will be on.
And they should be hailing us for this.
Yes,
because no one is talking about it and we're bringing it to you. So I was just looking at the economic benefits. And I'm saying, as the largest, listen up to this, as the largest foreign investor in Liberia, ArcelorMittal has invested over 1.7 billion. Listen up. In the country over the past 15 years. More than 2,000 jobs are expected. It's a 2,000 jobs have been created. It's still expected. More than 2,000 jobs are expected during the construction phase. But yet and still, the poor live in a very demanding form. Poor livelihood. ArcelorMittal have someone that building they call the fabric building. The fabric is a one-way door. No back door, no front, no window, no nothing. With all air conditioned, I mean, when there is electricity, that's a big problem. You should go and check and see whether the information right now, these videos, this bacteria that they're streaming to the public, whether they are real or not. It's true. No one is checking. If the president blogger will climb all the way to the mountain to Western Cluster, I mean, we need someone to go and follow up and see this concession, whether they are living up to it. Good morning to the Minister of Education. There's a UNA school there in Yekepa. If you look at up to now, students are still sitting on the bare floor in the classroom. Meanwhile, we have a $1.7 billion company that takes the iron ore from Yekepa,
we're in the process of extending and expanding.
How many more years do they want? 30 more years. Yeah? Let's be few calls. This is the one we're going to do one exclusive on this one. Let's get some calls exclusively on ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal, they are drinking in bottled water. They take Aqua water and send it up to the mine.
And then the people who own the land are drinking from the creek.
Drinking from the creek. They drink from the bottle. No one's saying nothing. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so alternative number 0770202579
and 0777285961. We'll do this. Joseph Boyka is in Dallas. I think he's going to get the information
when
from
you come back, he'll go to ArcelorMittal.
Yeah, he'll go straight to ArcelorMittal and go see for himself.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay.
Everything you guys are saying really about applaud you people for it. I've been to your paper on several occasions, but when you start your paper, you don't even think whether you are in a town. Your paper is looking very shady up, very dirty, and they are in a bush. Like you said, they are taking from pit waters. Is that really fair to our citizens? Are they being treated fairly by ArcelorMittal? Our resources carrying in and they are living a good life and our citizens are living a miserable life in that particular area. Look, our government has to do something. They have to take a visit there. What they say, like you say, I mean, the students are sitting on their floor. I mean, that is not good. It's very bad and very ugly indeed. So thank you this morning for all of the information you just provided. And we hope our government will do something about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We hope our government will do
something will be done.
Good morning.
Something will be done. Trust me.
Marka, good morning.
Good morning.
Let me say good morning to you. I joined you from District 4, and this is the voice of Akwe Epo Senior. And a pleasant good morning to Lawmaker and Honorable Musa Hassan Pelete. Only Marka, it is good that you both are flagging this issue of Western Cluster this morning.
ArcelorMittal. Western Cluster will finish with a mission accomplished, yeah? ArcelorMittal.
Yeah, so this is why some of us we have asked the hard questions as to how are some of these concession agreements, how are they led? What are some of those things that are in some of those documents that our government go into an agreement with these concession companies? Because, Marka, the thing is, if a concession company is running or is carrying some activities in this country, those who are Liberians must be able to benefit. Look at what is happening to our people across the country. Some of these concession companies, they go into the counties and then they are getting our resources, they are making money on a daily basis, but then Liberians are not benefiting what they are to benefit from these companies. So I want to commend the president. I think the president is about to speak against that company.
Okay.
I think it is right and it's in the interest of the Liberian people. If the president should take such steps, other companies who are watching, at least they will learn that Liberia is not just a country where you come and make money from us and we cannot benefit. So the president
and I think some of these things. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
And I think some of these things that are happening now should set a new path for beginning with the 55th legislature.
Yes.
Whenever there are new concession coming up, I think the assessment from the existing concessions should be able to guide them as to what kind of agreement to sign with these concession companies.
So yes, before you pick another call, ArcelorMittal is asking for extension of the agreement, right? I'm here seeing they are signed 1.6 billion, right? In Nimba, Bon, and Grand Bassa for 25 years. That was in 2010, and it will expire in 2035.
Yeah.
Like, bro, listen though. The agreement of the government will expire in 2035. Now they're asking for some extension. Today we're on ArcelorMittal, Golden Verona wash up. You in Grand Cru there. Golden Verona will be our next.
Yes. Let's take this one.
Good
morning.
good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
Terrible feedback.
This is Roger S. Fadero calling from Nima.
Okay, let's hear you.
First of all, thank you guys for raising the red flag. I think the 54th legislature, which is history number, is almost ready to the audio. Then one the advocacy when they come to the issue of the metal.
What did he achieve with the advocacy?
Yeah, yeah, cheap mode. Now, if you, the issue now is for CC Joshua to go in, when they were carrying a material, when they stream on our bridge, and now they created the road for them to do all the way to the where they have the issue. Now, they are also trying to go through the advocates. Now they are trying to, all the federal communities are trying to pull or let pull around our corridor. They all the federal community where they go. And second,
How long they been trying?
the issue of the development for actually advocating somebody give us longer already the agreement that who only you are working with the justice minister and President we are that's advocating already. The committee money have been to the federal committee, they were not coming. All the federal committee money are so big, all the past 6 years or we are advocating for. They take the money and do what they want to do here. And all
Okay. Thank you then.
So we are to start on after they can work on it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Emerson John Truvia. I called you from the Mount Barclay Bill this morning. Marka David, is good to listen to you again.
Hey,
I really moved this morning to call on your show because my neighbor's train was buried in Kipa. I am a photo of Kipa.
Okay.
It is still starting, but I was country and county, Lima County, that in the oasis of mature and medieval resources, we are like strangers. Brother, you're just talking about how deplorable the environment is, how underdeveloped the place is. It's actually better for not just renovate houses and complete them. Not easy renovate switch plane. Up to this time, they have running drainage system, but it's not supply of water, but they can blow water from elsewhere. It was starting you to know that when Aston Villa having a Washington is built in Baba, between Baba and Slogan, we know that place to be a mineral deposit when the normal hustle of that people is the madama money. So it is not just iron ore taking place. But I blame this on our leaders. We know ourselves, we know fear and favor the Johnson and my own boss, Vice President Jeremiah Franklin. We go this phony. If under this regime, we cannot see a significant progress made at Lima and Lagos allows to benefit because this mineral deposit is depreciated, is getting depleted. After that is falling on concession on a daily basis. So we are saying this, we don't want our people to be provoked. All of the time we say the citizens will go on uprising, destroy company properties, but again we get blind eyes to those things that led to the citizens uprising and bringing destruction. We are calling on our leaders, those Indians, there are over 2,000 plus Indians that got to ask them that they want to go to West at night and one bus and one two. We are saying no to these things. We are really
That what though you call it the fabric building? The fabric building. And the, yeah.
Because they don't want labor to take notice of them in the day, they take them to the mount overnight to do work that even an uneducated man from Europe to Baba or food up again. How can you do this to people from a region? So they want to mountain black Gulf of Bay, the people that will feel there before they can go to any part of Liberia will be the people of Lima County. But again, advocates along the way from Lima, they have become political tools, and when they are given government power, they betray the people. So nowadays, our people don't even believe in advocacy. That is how they are saying our people now to not trust anybody. But we are saying this to the Lima Legislative Caucus. I know my leader, we sent for. I know that one where we sent for. My own leader, Nyanji, they will have a new partial leadership. That's why we brought you people on board. We don't want anything to happen in our country again for Lima team to be good. When Lima team is going, it affects every one of us. How starting it is that our people drinking that when you see the water is what you give up by soda back. When you manage to put that on, you have greater our people no public school in our place. Why is this happening to us as a country? I listen to our President Waka. I hope you can build the answer method like my vice president did before the election. I hope it will not just an election, they have project to encourage us to vote them to power. Marka, I won't go your time, but this is one of the best shows you have had, and I want you to go important to this and take your own to listen to the point you go to that concern.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you. So as we try to close off this morning, we're going to play His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boyka. The visit of Joseph Boyka at Western Cluster, have close to 10,000 plays. Nancy views 10,000 plays on the social media just from our real TV page.
So let me just take the last call.
On the same. Okay, go ahead. Let's
Okay. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Marka. Good morning, Odile.
Morning.
This is the voice of English describer calling on District 4.
Okay.
It's a pleasure having you on your show this morning. What concession you like yours? Live in a place for 7 good years. Yekepa is, the people in Yekepa, my brother, slowly. Yekepa is very bushy. Can you imagine those structures like that left in the place before? Concrete in the bush, and you will see government using a container for the workers in the later period in the bush, and they don't even have time to run a little buildings. Because all the time, brother, when I was there, the CEO of GDP, Floor carried the current there, and then we heard that the current was going to go to the community dwellers. Unless the world as long as I said no, this current should not be used for their operation. If Floor give the current to the community dwellers, definitely 10% are going to go to them. This year and a lot. We will let it die in the business before that place. We will not get the current. We will then continue repairing and we're just going to to see coming to families to live in that place. And from there, in the road condition at the time, just concerning going to Yekepa, the road was worse. That to pick up weapons to go up the mine. If you got this truck in the mud, the weapon will be getting down from the buses to ram with the to go to work. Then what about business people that taking a go from Monrovia to go to Yekepa at the time? So Yekepa, we want to appreciate the legislature, the state legislature, Honorable Musa Assembly, back on the kind of initiative at least the voice of the people back there will be here. If the state people are done it, why you guys are discussing the issue on the media, but now then, as long as that has been so long time. Okay. So I want to appreciate you guys for the talking point.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this is President Joseph Boykai. We took almost a month talking about Western Cluster. One point in time, the Max Denser, the country that was took seizure of the whole mines in bombing, and we brought down the radio. People laugh about it. The Max Denser seized the whole mines in Ibonte. 3, 4, 5 days. Well, the management of Western Cluster came back and paid the country devils 4,000. They left the mine, but we continue. We didn't stop there because we want the betterment for that county in our country. Until Joseph Boyka paid a visit into Marka and saw the mine and said, no, this place needs to be shut down. And today we are bringing on Absolute Mental. This is just part 1 of it. Let me just close up, leaving you with the president voice. Yeah, listen up. This is Joseph Boyka. 10,000 play.
Western Cluster this morning, incidentally. I told you we're going to close them down. Minister, let me tell you, we don't close Western Cluster down, we use the bridges. And we use these bridges and it will be disastrous for this country. And we're not going to sit here because the number of vehicles moving on that road. And I went up the line. Western Cluster is not mining. We're just taking our resources and we don't really work for it. I told you and Saturday this morning, they're going to close them down. And I'm telling you seriously, we're going to sit here, take our resources and we are. If we want to invest for that, we're going to be a railway.
Okay. You want to invest for that?
Let them build railway.
Build your own railway. They will not want to do
So
so.
that Lepo road can be using
that Lepo road pass on support bridge. The bridge almost breaking down. The last time they put to right on the bridge. The bridge almost collapsed.
Right. So So the president's statement was a threat to do. So it means that the relevant institutions now will need to take the order from the president to execute that order. To say, well, The last time I said that as Western Cluster was not doing well, if they want to further invest in this country, they should build railways. So since the operations are affecting our people, our roads, our bridges, we're going to do them soon without getting anything from them. In fact, the president said they just taking the resources, not even money, because mining has procedures and standards. So when the president said they are not mining, they're just taking the resources. It means they are not working in line with the standards and practice of mining.
Great.
They're just taking it.
Let me jokingly say this. Good morning, His Excellency. Sylvester Graceby, good morning, the acting head of state. So Western Cluster usually you have 10 trucks a day. Since the president passed through that, increased it to 30 trucks.
Yeah, so the president now will come back and tell the president of public works.
After the track, though, they used to load the 10 trucks.
Right then,
but now going to 30.
Right then now, and tell them to close down. It can meet so condition. Then that's it.
Minister, what's the minister? Giddens, eh?
Yes,
Minister Giddens. Roland Giddens. Yeah. Minister above the work, that company used to at least have a 10 trucks daily. Since the president passed through, now it go up to 30. 30. Yes, but okay. We're taking a thank you so much for being with us. But tomorrow we'll have the Minister of Youth and Sports, Councillor Cole Bangalore have confirmed we'll have an overview of the whole content mission. He'll be with us tomorrow at 9:15. But we'd like to say thank you. All I will do is just in the interest of the country. Yes, ArcelorMittal, it's good that we have concession company there, but you have to live up to that part of your bargaining. Thank you so much. Go to the Roland Workshop. We also got some videos and pictures also coming in. Tomorrow we'll continue with part 2 with ArcelorMittal. On behalf of the entire team, Marka Davis, my name is Oni Roberts saying have a blessed Monday and still out of trouble. Bye-bye.